All right, welcome to week 4. We're going to try to extend our knowledge, and we're going to dive into an area that I don't have very much experience about, and that is um, basically constructor functions. Excuse me, constructor functions and prototypes. Now, right now, we just have a single object, which is to-do app. And then we have a to-dos list. And inside the to-dos list, we're basically creating new objects, right? We add a to-do, we're creating a new object. So let's just do a quick Google search and say, how can using constructor functions for a to-do item, JavaScript help? Just throwing it out there. Okay, so it's going to provide us several benefits. It's telling us that it can be better organized, better reusability, and maintainability. So if we have this function and we're using this as like a constructor function, where this capital letter is basically telling us that it's a constructor. We could put things in here like description to due date is completed. We can add methods to it. And then we can have some reusability. So we could move our stuff like toggle complete. That could be a method on the event or on the do object itself. So that's how we're going to look at. We're going to look at prototypes. So to a new tab, we're going to say, why use prototypes in JavaScript? Prototypes in JavaScript are a fundamental mechanism for achieving inheritance and sharing functionality among objects. Their primary uses and benefits include memory efficiency, code reusability, dynamic extension, inheritance, and performance optimization. Okay, so when methods are defined directly on individual objects, each object instance carries its own copy of those methods, leading to redundant memory consumption, especially with many instances. Placing methods on an object's prototype allows all instances of that object to share that same method definition, reducing memory overhead. So if we were to add I guess, let's say, because we only are likely going to have one to do app, probably okay to have a function added to this. If we were to make multiple to do apps, then every app is going to have this function. But with to do items, we need to add this function to the prototype so that every function is sharing the same, every function is going to, every constructor function is going to share the same prototype method. So, all right, that's kind of making sense. So if we want to create, let's set up our, okay, we already copied our files. So week 4, day 1, what are our to-dos going to be? We're going to create a to-do item constructor function. We're going to add toggle complete as a prototype method. Okay. Then we are going to update our code to use the to items instances and our new method. Okay. Excellent. So with our constructor function, now we talked a little bit about this. We said we're going to do to-do item. And we talked a little bit, we want to have this title equals, and I'm guessing we want to pass the title, right? For everything we want a title. And we're going to have this complete is going to be equal to false. So here is our initial. Let's grab our toggle complete. All we really need is this line. How do we do a prototype? I think we already looked at prototype. Let's dive deeper. How can I add a prototype to a constructor? I guess I just have to say the object, so this is person, prototype, the name of the method, and then declare it as a function. Let's try that out. All right, so we are going to come down here and we're going to say the do item, prototype, toggle complete equals function. Now with toggle, oh man, with toggle complete, we needed the index. But I don't think that the index is going to be necessary. Because it's going to be on. I think we just need to say this complete. We, let's say the do item method toggle complete. All right, so now how is our code going to start to use these to do items? Obviously, when we add a to do, we want to create a new to do item. So what does that look like? Hmm. So how to create a new instance from a instructor in JavaScript. We define the constructor. We're going to use the new keyword. Okay, that seems pretty easy. So here, when we add a to do, function to do, add it to do, we're going to say new to do item. This to do's push to something like this. I guess we can do it like this. New to do item. And we're going to push a new to do item. Now what do we have? Toggle complete. So when we toggle a complete, toggle complete. What do we call toggle complete? How are we going to deal with the to-dos? We need to pass toggle complete. the object, not the index. Is that how we would do it? When it's checked, I guess now I'm not really sure. So what's going on in my head is before had a function on the to-do app and we're sending the index and we're finding the object. We still kind of need to do that. Like all we've done is created the to-do. But now the toggle complete just exists on the actual to-do. So is it that inside of this part, we need to just say to do and like the index. So where we get the index, the item checkbox, we should be able to say to do app to do's item checkbox dot toggle complete. And then from here, we don't really need anything. We don't need that anymore. All right, let's check it out. So I think that should have done something, obviously. And we can get rid of our toggle complete because we don't need toggle complete anymore. We've got it now on our list. Let's find out. See how we did. See if we can add something. So what do we need to do? Again, getting dark. I need to check the chickens. Okay. Working. Let's check the chickens. We need to watch a teaching video. We need to review JavaScript questions, interview questions. We need to test to do that. All right, let's toggle complete and clear completed. It works. To clear to-dos, that works. So let's go back and kind of review what we did. We continued to organize our code into objects. Okay. Now, I think that we started the video and there was a problem, but I think we fixed the problem when we did that, because it used to be that we were looking for an index of 0. And if it was 0, it wouldn't show. I'll show you what I mean. So what I was doing is I was saying, if item checkbox, so that if there an index exists, I was saying like, okay, if we actually got an index from the target, then do the toggle complete. But what would happen is, because the index might be 0, this wouldn't always run. But now that toggle complete is on the item itself, we're not using this code anymore. It still kind of has an issue where it's like, how do we know? I guess we could say if item checkbox is not undefined, then we could run this code. That might be good to have some error checking on it. But removing this piece fixed the issue that we were having with the app previously, which was you couldn't remove a 0 index to do using clear all to-dos. We learned how to use constructor functions. We added a method to as a prototype to a constructor function. What else did we want to try to cover today? Okay, I think that was it. Just a reminder, chase your dreams today. Do something that you love today. Tell someone you know that tell someone you care about that you care about them, and be kind to yourself, forgive yourself, and take a step forward. Go for your dreams. Have a great night. Bye-bye.